takes. I will take.
Hey, right, so we're live. Another Sunday stream. We've got Palace of the Dead in Final Fantasy going on in the background, and I'm playing some stuff. I have no idea what I'm doing. We've got a Phil, we've got a Sean. We have a few topics. We've got a Rach as well, but she doesn't have a mic, so that's what it is. Hello. Are you there, Sean?
I'm here.
Oh, good. You there, Phil?
I'm here. Hello.
Oh, good. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately, you're going to be watching me have very little understanding of what's going on here. I wanted to be a mage, but I got stuck with a bard, so there's that. It's my own fault. Yeah, we'll get into topics in just a sec. It's probably not the best thing to do in terms of being able to hold a conversation, because I'm struggling to think what was going on. But there's a few bits. Sean's found charitable wealth of games. There's... What else is there, Sean, off the top of your head?
So off the top of my head, we had the potentially accidentally posted trailer for the next No Man's Sky Elite Dangerous expansion called Odyssey, I believe, with barely any information. And I keep seeing, like, every time I watch a YouTube video, an advert that is from Bungie and very clearly to do with either Destiny 2, another expansion, or Destiny 3. That's all I've really spotted this week. It's
Sorry, week. I don't mean to cut you off, but hey, ass, how you doing, mate?
Hey, how you doing, fella?
It just starts off with evening. Evening. Let me just quickly drop this. I forgot to drop it last time, but there we go. It's in the chat. Link to Discord.
I'm dipping my coffee.
Bourbons are bad. Coffee's good though.
Yeah, I need a coffee.
I mean, custard creams are better, but they don't really work in coffee. You need a cup of tea for custard creams.
Custard creams are infinitely better than bourbons, just saying.
Yeah, custard creams.
Coffee.
I don't care.
Custard creams are better.
Although, Biscoff, just saying.
Oh yes.
Biscoff biscuits, mate.
I've been buying Biscoff biscuits by the pack recently.
Oh god, yes. They're like the sirloin steak of biscuits. I find it really difficult to buy them though. I can never find them in any of the shops near me. Oh, bloody dropped.
I am liking the new abilities in this class, and now I'm a frog.
How do you feel about the frog class there, Phil?
It's my personal favourite, to be honest here.
It is entertaining to play, isn't it? Right, so I suppose get the easiest one out of the way. What was that thing called? Yeah, itch.io. They currently have a charitable thing going up, which they do every so often. And if you've not heard of itch.io, it's just a competitor to Humble Bundle for all intents and purposes. Basically, people put their indie games up there for relatively cheap. But yeah, they've got a thing going at the moment where you can donate whatever you want. And as thanks for it goes to one of the American causes at the moment, and you get, I think it's 740 games out of it. Yeah, make of that as what you will. I've played a couple of those games already in the past, so I do recognise some of them, and they were quite good, but I can't comment on the overall quality of the products that come from them. With that being said, it is a charitable cause. Pay whatever you want. If you like the idea of it, if you want to support that cause, by all means go ahead. We'll say nothing more on the cause because this is not a political channel. I like a lot about political. I can English, I promise.
And yeah, this is news to me.
What, that I can English?
Yeah, it's a shocking revelation, mate.
I'll be honest, there are some days where I genuinely believe I speak better Spanish. There are some days I believe my 4-year-old speaks better English than me. We know for a fact Adam does.
The only other topic I can think of off the top of my head is we finally hit 500 subs, which is, let's be realistic, in the grand scheme of things, the world's most tiniest little achievement. But you know what? It's our achievement, and we got there, and I'm happy about it. So, like, yay us. Yay you guys for subbing. Thank you.
Yeah, it's sort of that first milestone, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the world's first teeny tiny little thing. But I'm alright with it.
Milestone's a milestone. Yay! Got stronger, finally! yeah, now the march to 1,000.
He'd.
Okay.
How the hell did that
I'm
hit
nearly
me?
dead now.
So that whole like linking myself to another person is good unless they take a load of damage.
Are you dead?
No, but I took like 7k damage though.
I keep forgetting about the ballads as well.
So yeah, those are the only ones. I suppose we can talk about the Elite Dangerous one if you want.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hyped for that. I've not really done my research.
Did you
on
watch
it.
the trailer in the end?
No, because they're trying to cover it all up, aren't they? Like, oh, it's subject to change. You know, it was a leak. Like, I tend to stay away from that kind of stuff.
Well, they're not. That's the thing. So it's very clearly a well-made trailer that they intended to post. I think the reason they pulled it, or the common general consensus, is so Sony was supposed to have a like a conference thing. I think it was today actually. It might have been yesterday, but because of everything going on in the States, they've delayed it, which is fair enough. And it just so happened, it was a couple of days ago, and it just so happens that the I keep saying No Man's Sky, Elite Dangerous trailer drops on the same day that Sony's thing was going to be. So the general belief is that they were going to do it alongside Sony, and then obviously, the bloody mimics. Yeah, with everything that's happening, that's why they've decided to pull it, which if that's the case, fair enough to them. But yeah, it looks like we're finally getting the ability to walk on the surface of a planet with guns, which is kind of interesting, actually, because that's one thing that, in my mind, Elite Dangerous has been very distinctly lacking. Is like, yeah, you've got this, vast sort of solar system, let's say solar system, galaxy, the entire Milky Way, which is great, but you're sort of I've always felt like you're very limited in what you're able to do in Elite Dangerous. Like there's not many gameplay loops, and this adds so much potential that it tempts me to get back into Elite Dangerous again, which I haven't played for I think about 3 or 4 months now. Don't know about you, of course, but
I played it briefly, but when you're playing by yourself, it kind of just is a glorified delivery simulator.
yeah, it's. I was going to say I suppose it's like Star Citizen in that regard, but actually they're kind of polar opposites. Where Star Citizen's like really, really small in comparison. Like it's not very broad, but there's a lot of gameplay loops. And Elite Dangerous has got the opposite problem. It's fucking huge, but there's not really much to do. It's like they went the opposite direction with their development cycles, which each to his own, I guess. But yeah, I am looking forward to more being possible in Elite Dangerous, because I do want to enjoy it. I've probably got I don't know, maybe 100 hours in Elite Dangerous now, and I've just not got anything else to do. Like, I think it doesn't help that I didn't buy the past DLCs either. Do you want me to use my Phoenix down?
Don't know how she died. Didn't get caught out or anything.
I'm trying to use my Phoenix down. How do I use my Phoenix? Oh,
I've done it. It's fine.
Oh, you got it right.
Just
Yeah.
real quick, Adam says he's not sure if it's Discord or if YouTube, but apparently Sean keeps cutting out. I am not experiencing that on Discord, so I'm going to say it's something to do with YouTube. And Ass says, if you want the topic, Dead Island 2 build from 2015 was leaked. Also, EA's back on Steam.
Oh yes, EA back on Steam. I completely forgot about that.
Do you know what I'm really happy about? Decent race car games on Steam.
I'm just gonna have a quick look on Steam actually at the EA stuff.
Is a lot of stuff being released. Most of it needs speed, obviously, because that's like one of their big titles. Oh, Dragon Age, I'm happy it's finally back on Steam.
Dragon Age is back on Steam.
Yeah, they've got Inquisition 2, and I don't think they've got Origins. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Asses have probably looked at it, but I didn't see Origins. I just briefly looked.
I think Origins was already on there. I may be mistaken, but I believe it was already on there. Let's have a look. I can't see the EA thing. There was an EA thing.
Yeah, it's on the main page. Should be anyway.
Command & Conquer Remastered, Destiny 2, Best of EA now available. Oh, and there's actually a sale on as well.
Yeah.
So they've got a pretty big sale on. So yeah, Dragon Age Inquisition half price, Dragon Age 2 half price, Crisis 3, which let's be honest, no one's computer can run even now. All the Need for Speeds, Burnout Paradise, which in my mind was one of the best racing games ever, although it's still not a Burnout 3.
Yeah, we need Burnout 3.
Speed, Medal of Honor, Peggle. Peggle's a great game. Can't say no to Peggle. There's quite a lot on there, and with the sale on at the moment, if there's EA games that you don't currently have, it's a good time to pick them up, I suppose. Can't believe I forgot about that. And of course, Command and Conquer Remaster, which is basically just the original games with all the maps, and you can now play it in 4K.
I'm so happy.
There's no difference. They've added nothing. It looks like a game from the early 2000s.
And I'm still alright with it. I'm dead, by the way.
Oh god, the tank's dead. Oh no, the tank's dead. Right, well I'm going to take out that caster because he's going to be the biggest pain.
Give your last one up, mate. I need to change back to mage, mate.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but like, yeah, I keep getting chunked.
Oh god. Why am I taking screenshots?
Well, we failed this. In fairness, just sorry, I'll just read your comment in a second. It distracted me. In fairness, we have been trying out lots of like lower level classes and stuff, and then we finally got jobs, and then of course we come into Palace of the Dead, which is basically like Torghast for WoW or like any other type game like that. Problem is, it basically says, oh, okay, yeah, you're level 60 now, because obviously you level quite quickly. So here's these 15 extra abilities, of which we had about 5 minutes to try and understand what they did, because we've only just hit like level 30 on a couple of different classes. So that's, yeah.
Basically, what's happened is we've been given like a suit of armor and like big swords and whatever else, and been told, here's an army of undead. Go and fight it. Now, I'm not saying that in reference to our characters. I'm saying that like they did it to the real us. I don't know about you guys, but give me a sword. I ain't gonna do shit against the undead.
Yeah, I just go back to the non-jobbed thaumaturge, just because I'll work it out afterwards. Like I'll work it out afterwards. Ass says, kind of annoyed that I only recently bought Need for Speed Heat on Origin, but now it's on Steam. Lol. Rip.
When did you buy it, Asa?
Yeah, Asa, when did you buy that, mate?
Because if it's within 14 days, you can request the money difference.
Oh, nice.
It might be
they
different in your. Yeah. So basically, if you purchased it within 14 days, consumer rights, at least in the UK, you can request the difference from EA, because they knew it was going to happen, but were still selling it, kind of thing.
Interesting. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
And he also says the remaster's pretty good, which is good, because I almost picked that up earlier, but I felt like an assorted bag of arseholes all day, so I just kind of like lied down. But yeah, I need to have a look at that.
I'm fighting the serious temptation to buy Need for Speed Shift 2 and Bez a random 100 S2000, but
is it which was the latest Need for Speed?
Heat, which is also on sale at like 29 quid or something.
Yeah, because that only came out about 6 months ago, and if memory serves, Adam's been playing it like quite extensively.
He was playing Need for Speed. I just don't remember which one it was.
Heat, the newest one.
Yes, that's one where you can customize everything up to the point of like your car's like exhaust note on a frequency level basis.
Yeah, how much fire do you have? How much rasp do you have? Like, it's really good.
Yeah, I definitely like the sound of that. No pun intended. I just haven't got around to playing it. I haven't got the time, unfortunately, at the moment.
No, I'm kind of like MMO centric at the minute.
Yeah, I mean the fact that we all bought what, Final Fantasy 14 start of last Sunday. We literally bought it like 2 hours before the stream. Started playing, and then we've just been playing on and off throughout the week, and then realised, oh, we're getting close to the cap now. We can't do anything without buying the X back. Oh, let's spend another 30 quid.
It's been about a month. He can't.
Has it? Okay.
Also, the shift games are great. Which ones was the ones where they tried to like make it all like you're on a track and everything else? Was that Pro Street?
Yeah.
I don't know whether that was good or bad, but like they adopted Nvidia's PhysX pretty heavily, didn't they? And like
Pro Street was so bad, it was good.
It was.
I liked Pro Street. I mean, it's an old game now, but like,
I miss
at the
Gran
time-
Turismo, mate, so I don't know.
Pro Street took away the charm and like the fun element that Underground 2 had. And as far as I'm aware, there has been no Need for Speed game that has matched Underground 2.
I think
first
he's
game I ever
pretty
pulled all
close.
night to complete. Underground 2, funnily enough.
I mean,
Totally
the
right.
body kits on the ground too are questionable. But that was like the proper Ricer era, like Fast and Furious, like inspired kits and stuff.
Yeah, but when you get that super at the end, mate, with the wide body kit, oof.
Yeah.
We're gonna kill Gizmo. Just make sure we don't feed him after midnight. We're all good.
Pro Street had amazing. What was that? Had extremely good smoke physics, I suppose.
Oh yeah, like the heat up your tires at the start of a drag race. And oh,
I miss games
yeah.
that like split it out like that. What was that other treasure coffer, by the way? We get it.
I don't know what it is in there, but I tried to get it.
After,
I didn't.
I'm not using the pointers. We probably should be using those, but whatever.
It's fine. What's the next topic? Because I can't remember.
I don't remember either. There is a notepad for it, but I can't Alt and Tab to it. I've got about 60 windows open.
Oh, I'm not even connected to the NAS. Give me a sec. Connecting. I shall wait until I'm connected and in a safe spot. I'm in a safe spot. That's the wrong drive. I'm going.
That does damage.
Hey, topics.text. So we've always mentioned the trailers. Yeah, the Destiny one. So that Destiny trailer, it's literally 10 seconds long, and it just shows. I can't remember the character's name. It's played by Nathan Fillion, or Fillion, whatever I can't remember his name now. It's played by him. It's the guy who plays the captain in Firefly, one of the greatest sci-fi shows ever made that should never have been cancelled. Yeah, it's that character walking through the snow. That's all you see. So we get information on that on the 9th. That's going to be pertinent to a lot of people because, as I found out yesterday, Destiny 2 is actually one of the biggest MMOs right now. Really big, in fact.
It's just a big old grind fest at the minute. There's a couple of times
We
I've tried to
say
go
playing
back to
Final
Destiny.
Fantasy.
We say as people.
This is an enticing and good grind fest. Destiny is not.
From what I understand, Destiny 2 improved drastically upon Destiny 1. Still not for me personally, but yeah, a lot of people do seem to like it. So. Oh, I'm taking hits there. Into the hills there, Rach. Yoink. Oh crap, one of them spotted me. Sorry, Phil.
Oh, we're doing it, are we? Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what the other topic was. I think it was something to do with a laptop.
Oh, the laptop that came out with AMD's new chip in it that runs at like 120 degrees.
Oh yeah.
AMD repping the old meme, man.
Hashtag just laptop gaming things.
Yeah, you can't have it on your lap. It's like a laptop that you can't have on your lap because it will burn you. I mean, okay, yeah, granted, you're not really supposed to have a laptop on your lap anyway. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's a desktop, but it's like a multi-desktop.
I mean, if yeah, like you wouldn't want to put that anywhere near your bollocks. Let's be honest with that level of temperature.
Although Phil has an interesting story about carrying pizza on his lap, but like whatever. Talking about
Traumatized me, mate.
putting hot things near your nutsack.
It was, yeah.
Was it Chinese food?
It was Chinese food, yeah.
Okay, someone burnt their sachet, didn't they?
Yeah. And then ever since then, I've had like a weird thing about putting laptops on my lap.
How did you manage to leave it there long enough to burn yourself?
It literally, no, it's like the Chinese food was like literally just got cooked. And I thought it'd be a wise idea to like put it on my lap as I was getting in my car and just spud it all over me. It was like chow mein Just boiling hot and burnt, like left actual burns.
I haven't had chow mein in ages. Like good chow mein. Not just like chow mein flavored noodles that you get from Asda. Problem is, like, obviously, you can't just walk into the local Chinese at the moment. And all my local Chinese
the one near me,
25 quid for the minimum order before delivery, which I'm not spending 25 quid.
Yeah, but you could chow it down though. You know you could. I know I could.
I don't know, man. Like, I can eat a lot of food, right? But 25 quid's worth of Chinese, no. Like, a big tub of chow mein from my local place is like 5 quid. And that's enough for me. Like, that one big tub of chow mein will do me for the evening. So yeah, 25 quid. That's like a family-sized meal right there. And I just ain't managing it, you know?
As said, quite a few bits actually. Hang on, let me read. Smoke physics. Another possible topic: Kingdoms of Amalur is getting a remaster. If anyone remembers that game, I also think there was a leak for the next COD and Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion, yes, that was it. My brain is really not with it today. Maybe the rather large quantity of paint fumes.
I personally vote that we swap Sean for Ass. What do we think?
It seems like Ass has got a finger on the pulse, and actually a good point with Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning redoing it. So I actually did a thesis on this at college, on this game. Just about how amazingly ahead of its time it was, and the studio got shut down. Except, you know, there's actually a really in-depth history into that game, and the fact that they're bringing it back excites me, because it was essentially a single-player MMO game. It was really good.
That sounds like what bloody hell. My brain's completely gone. It's set in Albion.
Fable.
That sounds like what Fable was meant to be.
Yeah.
Fable wasn't terrible.
I miss Fable. Fable 2, man.
It felt a lot better than it actually was. Maybe rose tinted or whatever, but like I remember Fable in a really positive way.
I always remember.
Oh, I'm not saying it was bad by any.
Well, it was. Let's be honest. It was pretty shit, but I kind of loved it anyway.
I just liked being like a real estate mogul. But yeah, I don't. If you know, Asta, what's the studio that's taken over the project? Because the game, I'm assuming they're just doing like a remaster, not a remake.
Oh, actually, talking of studio takeovers, just on a quick segue on that. Take-Two. Take-Two doing the hostile takeover of Star something again. I can't remember. The guys that were making Kerbal Space Program too.
Pulled the plug, didn't they, in the studio?
Yeah, so basically they were looking to buy the studio. They wanted to buy the studio, and the owners basically said, no, we don't want to sell to you. So Take-Two pulled them off the project, which is a really fucky thing to do. And then contacted all of the devs on LinkedIn, offering them a job. Before the owners of the company were able to inform them, hey, the project's been taken away from us. That's shitty, man. Now, they're the vast majority. To be fair to Take-Two, playing devil's advocate here, they have given every single person a job offer and allowed them to continue the project, which is fine. But that's still a really shoddy thing to do, especially with the sheer number of really shady practices we see in the gaming industry at the moment. Like, yeah. However, as a result of their financial, whatever you call it, financial earnings call, I think they're called, we do know that we're not going to see KSP2 until next year. 2021 is the earliest we're going to see it, based on their financial call.
Star Theory, by the way. That's the one you were looking for.
Okay,
Credit to us for that. Nice one, mate.
Yeah, I really need to not spend the day inhaling paint fumes before doing this sort of thing. I've gone through like a litre of spray paint today.
What, are you just straight yiffing it or what?
He's doing it for ways.
Yeah.
He's sort of huffing it.
So, because I've got, there's a little alcove in my garden. So you go out of my kitchen, you turn right to go into the garden. There's like a little alcove with like an awning that you come out under. And that's where I've been doing the spray painting, because it's under the awning, just in case it rains, it's not going to wet the paint. The problem is, I think that the wind has just been keeping the paint fumes there. So even though I'm outside, I've essentially been in an enclosed area. Which means I've, against my better judgment, inhaled a liter of paint fumes.
Wicked. So, live on stream in front of whoever's listening, I went into my garden and did some fat lines of spray paint. Nice.
Not intentionally, like...
No,
yeah.
Inadvertently, accidentally, drug addict, it's fine.
Yeah, something like that. In hindsight, like, yeah, I've realised that the use of a paint mask may be more important than I thought.
I did have a really good mask for that, but I gave it to Phil to use, and since there's somewhat of a pandemic going on here, I let him keep it at that point, didn't I?
I'll buy you one back, though.
You know what the most annoying thing is? My mom's actually sending me a bunch of masks.
It's a bit late for that, isn't it?
Well, no, because it's now a law that you have to wear a mask on public transport.
You still take public transport?
Well, no, I drive, but it's more that it's now a law that you have to use a mask on public transport. So with that being the case, it wouldn't surprise me if that gets extended to say, hey, you have to wear a mask when you're at the supermarket.
I'm not doing it. I point blank refuse. I'm not doing it. There was I don't remember well enough to be able to cite it, so I suppose just have to take my word on it. Do you know what? I don't know anything anywhere near enough about the topic to be able to talk about it without just sounding like an arsehole. Essentially, the recycling of what is it? Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide? Which one do you breathe out?
Carbon dioxide.
Yeah, that. The recycling of that and the struggling to get fresh air as you're breathing and that sort of thing. It does something to the pH levels within your body, and it increases the acidity within it, which essentially makes the body more susceptible to things in the first place. So by wearing it, all you're essentially doing is harming your body. And people would argue, yeah, but it keeps the virus out. But the thing of it is that it doesn't. It's designed to prevent against bacteria, and viruses are much smaller than that. So in most cases, not all, but
it's not even bacteria. Like there was a video actually.
The N54,
N95.
N95 are supposed to be able to keep sort of like microbial bacteria and stuff out. But the problem is, it does F all to keep the virus out, which means what? You're wearing it for literally no reason other than to essentially restrict your oxygen intake and to make yourself out of breath.
So the reason surgeons wear them, and this, so I've got medical professionals in my family, which is the only reason I've been taught any of this. The reason surgeons wear them isn't to prevent viruses or bacteria, because they won't even stop bacteria. Like those masks that people are wearing, yeah, they won't even stop spray paint. There was a really funny picture that was going around with a guy that had tried to use one for spray paint. He looked like a guy out of Mad Max. But yeah, so the reason doctors and surgeons wear them isn't so much to stop bacteria and viruses, rather it's to stop like droplets if they sneeze.
Yeah, but that's only helpful for people who are already symptomatic. And no, we don't have a mandatory mask in the supermarket yet, mate. I'll get to your financial earnings one in a minute. It's just a public transport thing. And I would typically not like to dwell on this because obviously there are a lot of mixed feelings about it. It's just one of those things, for me personally, from an only halfway educated standpoint. Like, I'm not trying to claim to be an expert when I don't know. I'll leave that for Sean. Jokes, I'm just messing, dude, I'm messing.
I only pass on the information I've been provided.
I'm just joking with you, dude. But like, yeah, it's just one of those things where it seems to me I would rather just not. You know, I had pneumonia as a kid, and like my lungs have experienced some weird crap a couple of years ago. I got a chest infection, and at that point my lungs decided to start bleeding, which was pretty crap. So in a way I'm like half terrified of it, but at the same time I'm not gonna, what am I supposed to do? Pause my entire everything, just not have any type of semblance of a life at all in fear of something that might not even do me that much bad? I don't know. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I don't know. I swear to God, me and Phil, we were on our way back from a client's site. I was feeling lightheaded. I couldn't seem to breathe fantastically well. It was around about the same time that Phil was just coughing his head off, and like, do you remember that weekend, mate, where you had something you could barely breathe as well? I think we've probably had it already, but at the same time I'm not willing to roll the dice on it, and more importantly I don't want to infect anybody else, because if I, it's like my life is mine, but like I don't want to put anyone else at risk, especially not my kid or my partner. So I don't know, it's just
lot of it's about preventing transference to other people, isn't it? I think is the major thing.
It's just a really tricky topic.
if you have already had it, now obviously this is only second-hand information.
Why are
This
we
is
bonded?
family members who
I'm protecting you.
but there have been instances of people that have gotten the all clear, and then like maybe a month later or whatever, they've come back in and they're no longer all clear. So they've got the antibodies in their body to show that yes, they have had it, their body has fought it off. And then a few weeks later, they've come back in, there's no sign of those antibodies, and they've got it again. So there have been some people that have re-caught it. Whether that's due to different strains, unfortunately, coronaviruses do mutate quite rapidly. That's why everyone gets the common cold probably once a year. The common cold is actually a form of coronavirus. So yeah, like that is possibly the reason. I don't know. Again, I'm only given, information that's being given to me from a reliable source, granted, but then I may be misinterpreting it or misunderstanding it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where everything that we're stating here is not supposed to be factual. Please don't rely on our opinions. They are just that, opinions. Like, if anyone does watch this stream and say, oh, well, those guys over there said that I shouldn't have to wear a face mask. No, mate, I don't want to wear a face mask. You do what's right for you.
It's with the face mask, it's more about protecting other people. It's not about protecting you. It's about
but I do give people their distance. Like, if I have to walk past someone closely because they're walking past me, I have a tendency to hold my breath as I walk past them. I don't know why, I just do.
It's not just me that does that.
No, it's mainly because I don't want to breathe in their exhalation, and I wouldn't want to try and force them to breathe in my exhalation either. Like, let's not share breath. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I genuinely thought that was only me.
No, mate, I'm a weirdo too. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I've only been doing it since the coronavirus.
Yeah. I wasn't just always holding my breath around people, dude. No.
Yeah, like it's something like because it's annoying because in the supermarkets, obviously they have like the directional arrows, so you're only supposed to go down the aisles in one direction. This, that, and the other.
Those things that no one pays attention to. Yeah, those.
Say again?
Those little things on the floor that no one pays attention to. I know the ones you mean.
You know, the worst part about that is the fucking staff in the supermarkets don't pay attention to them.
Oh, they're above reproach.
That is what pisses me off. More like Joe Blogs not doing it. That's annoying. The staff not doing it. No, you're a fucking dick.
Lead by example. Do you know what I mean?
You need to be disciplined at that point. You need to be written up for it because you're setting a bad example and you're saying to everyone, "Hey, it doesn't matter." You're in a work environment at that point. You have a duty of care to the customers.
What happened?
Regardless of what your role is, you should not be showing people it's perfectly okay to break the rules. I think that's absolutely disgraceful. Anyone who does that, in my opinion, genuinely needs to be disciplined.
You've gone all proper like headmaster on us now, dude.
I'll rage.
We're gonna.
Oh no, Phil!
I'm just gonna chain heels and pre-read.
Once this pack's done, I can see you've said some stuff, mate. I will get around to your comments.
Yeah, kind of derail
trying
ourselves in typical fashion.
Trying not to get prison loved at the minute. Why do we do this? Everything's going fine, and then we're just like, do you know what? This is going too smooth. Let's just break it.
Yeah, let's just pull everything in the room.
Someone stood in one of those traps that spawns more dudes.
I hate those traps.
We have got commanders that will remove it, but like I've been concentrating on just like smashing face. I didn't really think. Right, while you kill that bat, then let me read up through ass.
Yeah, it's just been leaving some comments.
Let me read dead ass. What's it say? Speaking of financial earnings call, people, investors are pissed at Activision for how much Bobby Kotick, is that CEO, is getting paid?
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about the other day.
Like 35 million or something.
Yeah, Activision employees earn 1/3 of 1% of his wages.
It's a bit disgusting, isn't it? I mean, don't get me wrong, if you're the CEO, you can kind of do what you want, but it's still a bit...
Of $100,000, which to a Brit, 100 grand sounds like a hell of a lot. But
to put that in perspective, that's like Sean earning 35 grand, but his boss earning 35 million. That's like the percentages we're kind of talking about here. It's ridiculous.
Well, with the company that Sean works for, which I won't name, there's a reality there.
Yeah, probably.
There's a certain reality that's going on there. As I wear glasses too, mate, and yeah, the mask thing's just no bueno, man. I don't enjoy. I don't enjoy not being able to breathe. I don't enjoy, if I'm moving, not being able to see because my spare eyes, my good eyes, are falling on the floor. I just don't like them. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather take my chances with my lungs falling out. That's not actually true, but do you know what I mean? And yes, we are all weirdos, mate, most assuredly.
Oh, yeah, we're a wappy bunch.
When I'm on when I'm you know sort of transporting myself anywhere, because I'm on a motorbike, I have an enclosed helmet. It's relatively airtight. Not airtight to the point of like if someone's like you know sneezes in my face, it's probably still gonna get through. But
I'm just sad it's not airtight enough to. It doesn't matter. That's a really mean meme. Carry on.
I'm gonna say you'll be able to stop yourself there, boy.
Yeah, I'll stop before I start sounding really evil. Carry on. Carry on.
So yeah, for me it's not too bad, but even then, like the amount of times I have to stop, and the reason I own a flip-up helmet is because otherwise I can't see through my glasses. They just fog up, and I don't like walking into walls.
Well, you can get the anti-fog spray though, can't you?
Yes, but they're not great for glasses. It's okay, but you have to reapply it like every day, and it becomes really expensive. And to put it into context, it costs me exactly the same amount of money to do that as it does to just buy contact lenses every month.
You don't wear contacts though, do you?
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah,
So I used to have contacts.
I have reusable contact lenses. I typically just wear them for work. I don't really wear them for anything other than
Why?
work. Hmm?
Oh, sorry, Rach just because she's not on mic. She said you should wear contacts, and I was like, why? And she goes, because your eyes are pretty, and I'm like, oh, thanks, baby, appreciate that. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Sorry, I was busy throwing up.
Hey man, she doesn't say nice things to me often. I'm gonna take them when I can. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I just wear them for work. Purely because it's easier, because I'm constantly jumping under desks. You know, the life of an IT guy, right? I mean, you and Phil can relate to that.
Yeah, sadly so.
It's easier when I don't have glasses constantly falling off my face.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
usually one that crawls on things because I'm small.
I was gonna say, yeah, I just send Phil, so I don't really have that issue so much.
Send him on his dwarfy adventures.
Yeah, I mean, my
Well, I'm not
usual...
dwarfy, I'm just skinny, so I can get fit into like
Why
tiny
bends,
places where
though?
cables need to go.
Yeah, what I don't understand is how it's possible for him to essentially fold himself up like a piece of cardboard. I'm like, dude, can you get in that space? Because, frankly, I'm too fat to bend that way. I was like, yeah, just 1 minute, and then just like negotiates his body into the crevice. I'm like, how have you done this?
We had this discussion actually in my house the other night, because apparently my knees are really weird,
Your
because
face
of
is
how
really
flexible
weird.
they are. I'm a weird individual, mate, I agree.
We know that, but
I give everyone his shield real quick. Stack up.
We've got to stack up. Stack up.
There you go.
Appreciate it, mate.
I have
Cheers,
no
you
idea
big
how
old
long that
lion
shit-
boy.
I have no idea how long that shield lasts.
I've already
for,
grabbed
though.
my offers.
From the years of playing World of Warcraft, is it weird that I kind of prefer the classes before they become jobs, when they're just a little bit simpler?
I kind of enjoy the paladin. I mean, there's like 40 different
Oh my
buttons to press, but
Fuck. God.
I'm trying. I'm
How did
trying.
that hit me? I wasn't even looking.
Rach is gone, so
Wait,
everyone's
what?
health
That would
is their
explain
own
why I
to
didn't get any
manage.
heals.
Yeah. You're dead.
Just run.
Pedal away
They
like
can't. They don't. I'm dead.
They do.
Run, Sean. Just run forever. Run forever. Don't stop. Keep running.
They do eventually. Oh, never mind.
Oh my, we suck.
Yeah,
As soon as we're not really paying attention, now is
we did really well at this last time. Like, we actually got to like way past this floor yesterday.
Yeah, but
because
do
we
you
weren't
think?
streaming and talking.
Do you think maybe would be better off just starting it at like level 1 to double down on our Aether Pool stuff? Just one time,
Maybe.
since we're just chatting anyway.
I think that's probably a better idea. I mean, was there any other things to bring up?
Topic wise, not really.
Already
There's the implementation and the slow replacement of you with Assay 2K1, but other than that,
Did you send him the Discord link?
yeah, I put Discord link at the top, but I can't obviously make sure I can't. Now you use this. I've sent it to you, so you be sure to use it. Like, it might just not want to come on comms, and that's fair. Right, let me
But
just.
yeah, if you want to become a part of it, it's fair enough.
Also, if you replaced me, you'd have no one to do the voiceovers for any of the.
I know, and you have such a nature documentary voice. I love it.
I use my phone voice. That's all it is. When I do the reviews, I don't know why I do it, but for some reason, because obviously our reviews we write them down as a script, and then I just read from the script. It's basically a teleprompter.
Clear saves, please, peeps.
But for some reason, I begin to use my phone voice.
I don't know about you, mate, but I think our videos could use some German flair.
I mean, I'm part Austrian. That's like the country next door.
That's
I'm
the
only a
bad
little-
guys.
I'm only like it's like my great granddad.
Eddie.
So I don't think it quite counts. But it's the country next door. It's close enough, right?
Please, saves, please.
Will do.
Thank you. I'm in the Discord, but with another name, so yeah, would like to be able to change name there. It doesn't say you're here.
Which one's it? Did you finish setting up the Discord?
Also a text channel. No, I didn't put a text channel in because I'm an idiot. But the link should bring him straight to public where we are.
Does it?
Should. But it doesn't say as online or offline.
Is it an invite to actually join the server though?
Should be.
Yeah, we need to go through Discord.
It says he's there.
I think.
Yeah, I'm in the Discord, so it must have been a link. It's just it doesn't show as here or offline. Can anyone else see it? Is it just being me? Am I being blind?
Nah, I can't see it. It's
I
fine.
say public and nothing else.
Let me just create another invite real quick. And
Oh yeah, waste more text. There we go. Oops.
we don't want to send an invite to that.
You need to sort out permissions, mate. Apparently, you don't have permission to the small. Oh, it could be permissions.
Let's try that link, see if that works. Yeah, I need to go through it all and like sort it out, but it should work. Public is at least just configured in such a way that it's just public. The text chat is... Oh, he joined some time ago. It's weird that I can't see it. Text chat, in that particular text chat, is just for us. There's stuff in it that shouldn't be public, so that's why that one's hidden to just us. I do need to make a public one, though.
Well, that's
I'll do that.
actually hidden to public at all. It's hidden to everyone, mate. Even I can't get into it.
Do you know the... You can see, like, the playlist from last night, though, yeah? Because that was all done there.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh, wait, hang on.
I don't know. I'll fix it at a time when I'm not streaming. I'll fix it afterwards.
Yeah, I think you've foobarred the Discord.
I knackered it. Sorry.
One job. You had
Hey,
one
I
job.
don't just have one job, though, do I? I got lots of jobs.
I'm just happy I've got
Serial
manageable abilities
masturbation
again.
count. Oh wait, no, that's Adam.
So you know he's on the Discord, but it hasn't joined public. It's odd though, isn't it? Because it doesn't say anyone, like it doesn't give me like a list of people that have joined on the right hand side. I thought it did. Turn on member list. I can see that I've got like Rachel and Adam offline, but that's it. It doesn't show anyone else.
That's really bizarre.
It is weird. I think Discord's broken. What I might do is just make a brand new Discord server for people for us to go on, but I don't know. Might be better done as channels for this one. I don't know. I'll work it out.
We're only a little baby channel. We're learning things.
We have one friend.
Nice gentle music to get us through. Right. Whilst you guys just slaughter and annihilate everything in this room, let's have a look. So yes, this other one. Something about Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. First laptop's going to equipped with AMD's newest mobile gaming processors. Are they really marketing them as gaming processors? Jesus.
Well, aren't they like the U processors, aren't they? So they're supposedly low power processors.
No H in this instance.
H, is it?
Yep. So this is great because Intel now have some spicy meatball competition. Steve's words, not mine.
Yes, mate. That's how I word things. Get over it.
Meatball is very spicy because it gets a little warm, hitting 105 degrees.
Per core.
No, like
No,
as in like
not
total.
That'll be packaged.
Yeah.
The thing is, 105 is TJ Max.
Yeah, it sits at TJ and the throttles.
Apparently, it sometimes spikes to 112, which is actually higher than the CPU is supposed to go.
Do you know what's worse is that because they're using like I forget the name of the metal. I don't know if it's zinc. There's zinc and aluminium. I forget what it is. But the type of metal they're using essentially means it's all like thermally conductive. So it will just start putting that heat out directly into you as the user.
Magnesium.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I included it in the notes.
I want to know what they use to test that, because surely that you would need to buy external cooling for your laptop to get it down to like respectable temps.
Yeah, so a lot of it's going to be to do with. It could just be to do with a faulty BIOS or something like that, allowing it to ramp up higher than it's supposed to. Because obviously these chips will automatically boost themselves. So it could be that the CPU's going, well, I'm allowed to go to 105 degrees, so whee! That to me seems
Yes, mate, basically.
What?
As he says, so it's basically a MacBook. Like, yes.
yeah, for all intents and purposes.
WARM.
It's good old AMD mantra of, is it hot
Space
enough
heater.
to boil an egg?
I mean,
In
it's
this
always
game,
nice though.
You,
You're playing a game. Oh, what you getting? 120. What frames? No degrees.
So it says here, as usual. Oh my god, I'm getting attacked. No!
I'm silenced. I can't do anything. Sorry.
I'll sleep.
I'll just stand here with my little blue and white highlights. Wait, look. There we go. Special hair, that is.
Guys, I'm being chased by a giant, weird chicken thing.
You brought this upon yourself.
Yeah, bring it in.
I was reading the notes. Oh god, I've gone the wrong way.
I'm still sad because I wanted to give Bard a shot, and it turns out, without enough time to play and learn it, like I have no idea.
Bring in more mobs.
Yeah, all playing a paladin's done is just
Oh, wait,
confuse
hang on.
me.
Kill it.
Yeah.
I forgot I can just kill it.
Yeah, we're not on level 60 something nowadays. Floor
Yeah.
2.
So yeah, as usual, Intel dominates in the single core arena, but still loses to the Ryzen 9 4900HS, is the chip name, in benchmarks reliant on multi-core and performance. So a lot of modern games, such as rendering speeds, transcoding, and games such as Civ 6, they do take advantage of multi-threading. Rendering a 3D image in Blender with the Core i9 9980HK, which is Intel's current best, was 8.08 minutes, whereas it only took 7 minutes 25 with the Ryzen 9. So that's actually a marked improvement.
For a laptop as well.
Transcoding a 40k video to 1080p at 30 frames per second took 8 minutes versus 6 minutes, or just shy of 7, sorry, respectively. And the time per turn AI in Civ 6 took 8.8 milliseconds versus 7.1. Where did you pull these numbers from? Jesus. Respectively.
Research.
Even Ford's multi-core benchmark AMD edged out on the 9980HK by looks like about 2%. So actually, overall then, yeah, AMD, again, they're still really hammering Intel at the moment.
On all arenas, yeah. The only people they're not challenging really are Nvidia, but give it some time, maybe.
Yeah, well, so Intel are obviously wanting to get into the GPU market. They technically have been. Funnily enough, if you actually look at GPU sales, you know Intel is actually the highest rated. Intel has genuinely more GPU sales than either AMD or Nvidia.
Because of that stupid Windows Intel integrated stuff they do for
Yeah, do you want to know an
desktop
interesting fact is that Microsoft Edge is the most used browser in the entire world. That's because everyone uses it. Yeah, because everyone uses it to download Chrome. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 99.9%.
People in my office that insist on using Edge instead of Chrome.
There are actually some use cases where certain things only seem to want to work in that. We work with
legacy
varying
software, yeah.
We work with varying automotive industries now since we stepped away from the NHS for IT, and it's surprising the things that only work with certain things. Some software still will only work properly with Intel chips. They'll crap out with AMD. Although I'm hoping that gets resolved since obviously Ryzen is coming to the forefront.
Yeah, with
preferred chip.
AMD much more popular. A lot of those problems are going away. So something that's came up. So Linus Torvald, which for those who don't know is
the other Linus.
The other Linus. Linus Torvald he's the father of Linux, right? Or is one of the fathers of Linux. That dude's been Intel pure and simple for years, right? He's very outspoken about his opinion on things. There was a beautiful clip that I think Gamers Nexus put up, which is basically Linus Torvald slamming Nvidia for being a shitty company and straight up saying "fuck you, Nvidia" to the camera. That's his general demeanor. And for the first time ever, as far as I'm aware, he's gone AMD, or for the first time in I think 15 years.
For his personal rig, yeah.
For his personal rig, yeah, he's gone AMD, and Linux has never been great on AMD. So I use Linux. I dual boot. I use Linux as one of my operating systems, and it's never worked. When I was on AMD many years back, it didn't work anywhere near as smoothly. So it's quite interesting that you know, the father of you know, Linux would go that way.
Mm. Well, it's a similar boat for me as well. I've been Intel since forever. I'm looking forward to building my Ryzen machine towards the end of the year or whenever it is that 4000 come out. I don't know whether I want to be an early adopter of 4000 because let's be honest, with AMD, it's not always the smoothest launch. It doesn't.
Hardware they're there, but software they're still shocking.
But yeah, we've done this. We've released this thing, but y'all are going to test it for us for 8 months. Then it'll work. So I don't know. What I might do is make use of that to buy the current stuff at a slightly reduced price.
Oh,
I just want a Threadripper, dude. That's all I want.
You don't need a Threadripper. You're better off with the whatever it is, the one that Adam's got, the 1224. That'll do you better than Threadripper at this point.
3950X is the 16 core, and to be honest, like the only benefit you really get from Threadripper is the ability to use ECC memory,
Which you won't need.
I may be incorrect on that. You may be able to use ECC on
Ass will know.
normal as well.
Sort us out with some info, Ass. I don't know what his name is, Rach. I don't know what his name is, but you know what? It's either Ass Tukwa or just Ass. I'm going with Ass, and it's nice, isn't it? Ass is nice. He can't tell us his name. That's personal information. That's his name. It's not our name. Do you have an online alias, Ass, or is it just Ass? Because like Rach seems to have a problem with me constantly calling you Ass. Ass is good.
If you got a nickname, if you say Ass is good.
Ass is good. It's like it's good.
Yeah, the man knows.
Yes, mate. Gamers Nexus for fact. Jay's 2 cents for funny. Linus, if I have to.
Yeah, I found that
Linus has become very gimmicky recently. I thought.
I have noticed that. Also, I'm not a fan of him with a beard. He doesn't look right. He's always had that youthful look, and he just looks weird with a beard.
Maybe being locked at home with his missus has done some stuff to his mind.
See, don't get me wrong. I understand how it is. He's become an extraordinarily popular channel, and dude's marketing and ability to run a business is beyond reproach. Like he's doing so well. I just don't like the personality personally. I'm not subbed to LTT. It's just not for me. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not my flavour.
Yeah.
Although I've got a similar thing, like Jay's 2 cents are folding for ages, Jay's 2 cards, like I think it's all fantastic. However, the last 2 latest videos where it seems like he's going out of his way to be wacky, I enjoy that less. That's just me though, I'm old and grumpy. But yeah, and are you alright with us calling you that, dude? Because he says, just call me Alex. I'm like, okay, as long as you're alright with it, dude. Although I may still call you Ass, so sorry.
Oh, I'm silent.
Phil, man, stop doing hackers in the middle of the room and bash some stuff.
You've got it in tow. It's fine.
I'm paying such little attention. It's bad, isn't it? I should be concentrating. But it's such low level stuff. I'm just like mindlessly pressing 3. It's like fireball, fireball.
Oh, I've been reading tooltips for the last 3 levels, so.
Yeah, I will have to do another run on the bard, see if I can understand it. I'll have to do another run on the summoner, see if I can understand that. I need to unlock black mage, have a run on that, see if I like that, because I need to pick one. Although I don't suppose it matters, because when I get to level 50, I want to go machinist anyway. So whatever.
So many things to learn and do.
Yeah, but I like that.
I'm actually getting our level up as well. Because we're all stuck at level 30 at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we could go into like a new zone and actually do some quests, because hopefully the level 30 questing area will be one that we haven't already milked to death. So as soon as I work out a class to play, because it's me being a picky, finicky soul.
So yeah, are there any topics at all? Because I can't think of any, to be honest.
Oh, he says, as for Threadripper, there are pros and cons to it. The last time I checked, you might have problems depending on your Numa nodes and memory access. I don't even know what a Numa node is, I'm not going to lie. And then, but cause-wise, it's a Threadripper.
I'm trying to think of the best way to explain a Numa node.
Don't worry about it, I'll read it later. I'll read up on it later. Whenever someone tells me about something that I don't currently understand, I go into research mode and then I understand.
That's fair enough.
Geek. Right, we've been streaming for 55 minutes and we have almost run out of topics, so Ass/Alex, I'm still not sure, I don't know what, I'm on the fence with names there, dude. Have you got anything else? Have you got any topics, dear sir? More than you've already been drip feeding us, I mean, which, by the way, I appreciate that.
Yes, definitely appreciate that.
We need to actually get Adam on stream one time. His like sleepy, sad story ways, like they're so endearing. Adam, if you're watching, dude, you need to come on stream one time.
I just hear it. Did you hear that, guys? The faint distant of "You what, mate?"
Yeah, just there's really background. No, no. Well, when Shadowlands comes out, like I want to stream Torghast and do some stuff with that anyway. So like, hopefully he'll be okay with that.
Yes, Shadowlands will most definitely be getting.
Yeah, Adam's our tank in pretty much all games except for this one because it's a 4-player party and Adam's currently preoccupied. So Phil's tank this time. And I'm just the indecisive, flaky character who's like leveling up almost everything because I don't know which one I like the look of. So guys, can you wait while I try this? So that's me. It's because it's new. I've never. Numenode is basically a cluster for the cores. Like imagine dual socket Intel systems. Every socket is a Numenode. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I suppose that's a good way of explaining it.
Alex is better than you, dude, in every way. He's not necessarily every way. I don't know. He might not have the magnificent, like L'Oreal sponsored locks that you do.
I don't know. They're not looking like that at the moment.
For those obviously who haven't seen Sean, which is probably everybody, dude looks like someone straight out of a hair commercial, like the longest flowing blonde hair.
No, my hair's really short now. Remember, I had to. I got it cut shoulder length. Because the hairdresser cut it way short.
All I can picture Sean now is with a bob cut.
Oh, dude, you ain't gone and got a bob or something, have you?
No, God no.
Because you had like that whole sort of like middle 80s American biker thing going on.
No, it was so. Obviously, my hair was like all the way down my back. My hair was almost reached my back.
I just thought of something. Do you remember when Axel got a bit fat? You got the fat Axel from Guns N' Roses. That's what Sean looks like now. A cross between Fat Axel and Macaulay Culkin.
I'm not that fat.
No, but it's the face shape. Like, if you take Axel as he got a little bit chubbier, and then apply, like, do you know when Macaulay Culkin got pictured looking like a crackhead? Like, if you get crackhead Macaulay Culkin and fat Axel and put them together, so Macaulay's skinniness and Axel's fatness balance each other out, that's pretty much what Sean looks like, but in a much healthier, not crack-addled kind of way, sorry.
How does that work in your brain?
I don't know, I've got a pretty clear picture.
That's wider than my forehead.
I think I've broken reach, sorry.
Yep, she's gone. She's going to be giggling now.
Which part got you? The crackhead Macaulay Culkin or the fat Axel?
Fat Axel.
There was a meme for a while, he really didn't like it. Yeah.
Well, we're not getting in heels anymore, Rick.
We don't need them. We're only on floor. It's fine. So I'll tell you what. We'll get to the boss fight and then we'll wrap it. All right? Because it's been about an hour now.
Yeah, we've only got one more floor.
Yeah.
Before
And appreciate.
boss because we're not with it today.
I appreciate where you're coming from. I'll do you a chat channel. Alex, fuck's sake, I'm never gonna remember the names. I've just been ass ever since like we realised like dudes around for all these streams. Oh, no, that's really nice. That's really cool. Like it's just like, hey ass, how you doing? I'm never gonna remember. I'll try my best. I promise. Like I'll try my best. Oh dear. I'm not wrong, right? What I'm tempted to do is put a picture in the Discord, not of Sean because that would be a bit inappropriate, but of like a Fat Axel and Macaulay Culkin. Like I'll just Photoshop the two together until it looks somewhat reminiscent of Sean. Then just stick that in the Discord, the
What you
public
need to
one.
do is do like a deep fake, a Fat Axel, but like deep fake Sean's face onto it.
I just take Macaulay Culkin because all right, okay. So Sean looks like a healthier version of that picture of Macaulay Culkin. You know the one where he's looking at the camera in his vest and like I'm not saying he is a crackhead, but he looks like he spent like the last 2 weeks in the den of ill repute. You look. No, I'm just worried that Macaulay Culkin's gonna sue us or something. No, like, you know what I mean though. Like, I'm not saying you look like a crackhead, Sean. I'm saying. Do you know what? I'm just gonna shut.
There's no nice way to say that, is there?
I
Really?
just stop. Like just Stop
I mean, it's not that you're an actual crackhead, but
Yeah, I mean, you don't have like all the sores, and you've still got your teeth, so like, it's not. It's not exactly the same, but like when Macaulay Culkin sort of had that appearance, then he kind of looked a bit like you, which is weird because your younger pictures and his younger pictures don't look anything like.
I was not paying attention to what was happening. I just died.
There is a story to the Nick, but it's a bit long for this chat. Oh, I like a good story though. Is there no way you could just condense it down? I'm dead. I wasn't paying any attention. Sorry.
We both just died.
Oh, that could be next Sunday. If you come to next Sunday's stream armed with the story, we'll take 10 minutes for drama time, and then it'll be good. Well, I don't want to like rip off Breach, but he has a drama time and it's hilarious. And I like the idea of just like any viewers sharing stories with us and stuff. I think that's kind of funny.
Drama llama, isn't it? That was it. It's not llama time. It is drama time with the drama llama.
I don't know. Oh dear, I'm playing like absolute trash. Oh well.
We all are.
Sorry.
No, because she's too busy crying and laughing. It's the boss now, right?
Yeah. It is, yeah.
It took us 20 minutes to get here. It took us 5 yesterday.
Yeah, we're just not paying attention, I think. Or not paying as much attention. Oh, yeah, because I'm not even using my dot or anything. Derp.
I miss some of my paladin abilities, man.
Well, we could do the next one, starting from higher up again. I think we only wanted to drop down so that we could, like, get a few aetherites, but I'm not sure we actually got any.
We were probably went at this low level. I think we will as we go up though.
Oh, maybe it's enough XP to give me half a level. Who knows?
Hey. Oh, excuse me.
He says, yeah, get me a text chat in the Discord. Plus the ability to change nickname, or it won't make sense.
Oh no.
What would the nickname currently be?
Now I want to see what it's going to be, man.
Yeah, I'm not letting you change your nick just because I want to see what it is. No, I'm joking. I'll have a look through the permissions. What's confusing to me is that I can't see you there at all, which is weird because like you're quite a helpful person or whatever. If I could like add you onto that'd be really beneficial. What's our email address, Sean? It's just
Don't know. Give me a sec. I'll just jump onto our YouTube.
I was gonna say worst case you could just shoot us an email and we'll sort it out that way. If you would like to do that.
Let's go to our channel.
It's something at
Don't even know how
WeSmallBand.com. Isn't it just merrygamers at WeSmallBand.com? I'd use it so infrequently I've completely forgot.
It is merrygamers at WeSmallBand.com.
Yeah, so if you want to, mate, just drop us an email so that we can at least like communicate outside of the Sunday, and we'll sort it out.
Chat for us, Sean.
Say again, sorry?
Just put it in chat quickly for us.
Yep.
Yeah, you copy and paste. It'll be easier than me doing it. Ugh.
Well, I will, but I've not actually got the stream open.
I'll do it. Merrygamers at WeSmallBand.com.
So we're professional in that we have an email address at least.
Yeah, well, we have a domain. We do not really have a website. I mean, we have one that I was kind of messing about with like 3 years ago and then gave up on. I will finish that at some point. I'll add it to my long list of stuff that needs to get done. I could join the public for a second if you don't say the nick. Yeah, okay. So basically what? Just don't read out your nickname. That's no worries.
Fine by me.
Yeah, pop on, say hi for 5.
If it works.
Yeah, if it works. Dance for me, Phil.
What did you say?
Dance for me, Phil.
Which one?
I don't know.
Do the hacker. Oh, for God's sake, I've got another bloody sparkler. I had such bad loot.
I haven't even left. Ah, okay, yeah. It's weird now that I can see you here, but I still can't see you in the list to the right. Why not?
That is rather bizarre, isn't it?
What can I do? What can I do? Wait, let me just make... I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's not like defaulting a role or something. Or maybe because I've broken something, I can't see the roles on the right. I'm not sure. But I will send you a message real quick. Test. There we go. Now at least that's in my DMs. Nice one, mate. Hello. If you've got the stream playing in the background, you're probably going to hear all this twice.
We are total professionals. Making our Discord work live on stream.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna stop it now anyway, because we're at the 1 hour 6-ish. Yeah, it's been fun. Back next Sunday as usual. If anything new happens or if like any other games come out, or whatever, I might just start streaming those as well. But there's nothing really on the horizon at the minute for us, at least. So.
Yeah, there's a couple of reviews, a couple of games coming out that we should be reviewing, I believe, next week or the week after. So we've got 3 or 4 in June. I think it's October. We've got like 5 games within 2 days of each other, so we're going to be going to take all of us with that. That's going to be interesting.
But yeah, yeah.
And I need to get back on that Hitchhiker's Guide to the Verse, which is going to be a tutorial series for Star Citizen, because we seem to have gotten a really good response on the video that we put out the other day. On that, people seem to really like the way that we've done it, so I'm going to do a full sort of playlist on that, and those will be coming out over the next month or so, just as and when I have the availability to do so. Obviously, outside of the other content that we focus on, such as reviews and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, just I suppose it's probably just worth a quick mention right at the end. Is that's kind of how we've broken out like the division of labor. So like I'll do assets and stuff like that. Sean's obviously going to do all the reviews and for the most part most of the guides as well. Any fixed like recorded content or whatever is kind of Sean's domain. Asset creation and like live streams and stuff are kind of going to be more towards mine, which will probably be me and Phil for the most part. But obviously we'll try and get everyone where we can. I'm still working on trying to like coax Adam out under his rock.
On the review things, it's me doing the VO, but it's not just my opinion on those.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Everything that's seen is obviously like there's 5 of us in total, so it's like a collective opinion.
And anything that's based on opinion, it will always be an averaging of all of our opinions. So with like game scores, for example, if we say a game 7 out of 10, that's because the average score out of all of us is 7 out of 10. So I might have given it a 6, Steve an 8, or vice versa. And then we would average that between all of us. Yeah. So I do the VO just because I guess I'm the most confident reading from a script. That's the only.
You just sound nicer.
Aw, that's the only thing. That's the only nice thing you've said to me all week.
Because you're a dick. I'm joking. No, I think you just have the correct voice for it, you know. Whereas I typically just waffle or ramble on or whatever, which I suppose is good for interacting with people on the stream, but not so good for reading from the script. So
I got the voice for radio. Unfortunately, I've also got the face for radio.
He beat me to it, son of a bitch.
Cut him off.
Right. Okay then. That's it from me. I'm done. I'm going to call it. But it was a pleasure as always. Rich is remarkably close to me. What are you doing? So let's say a little bye bye then into that.
Bye.
There we go. That little dormouse is that's the woman. But yeah, no, I'm out. So I'll catch you all next week.
Later, guys.
Brr.